Namaskar, my name is S. Ashok Kumar. Welcome to my channel. In the last part, I started explaining about the adrenal gland and I explained the cortex and corticoid hormones. And in this part, I am going to continue the same concept, that is adrenal cortex, with its disorders. Okay, disorders of the adrenal cortex. I am going to start this with Addison's disease. Addison's disease. So what it involves, Addison's disease, what it involves, it is autoimmune mediated destruction of adrenal cortical cells. As we know, with this one we can understand Addison disease is one type of autoimmune disorder that involves the formation of antibodies against the adrenal cortical cells. Those antibodies come and it destroys the cortical cells. Automatically results there is a deficiency in the corticoids, include cortisol, aldosterone. So what are the symptoms associated with Addison's disease? When there is a cortisol, there is a hyperglycemia, we know. But in this case, because there is a deficiency of the cortisol, that results low blood glucose level. Okay, na? Then when there is a aldosterone responsible for the reabsorption of the sodium and secretion of the potassium. That means a blood, when the aldosterone is there, sufficient amount of sodium is there in the blood. When there is a deficiency in the aldosterone, automatically what happened? There is a low sodium, then high potassium level in the blood. So these are some symptoms associated with the Addison's disease. Next I am going to tell about the Cushing's syndrome. What is the syndrome? Syndrome involves that group of symptoms. Okay, it's not one. What is this Cushing's syndrome? It is a tumor of, exactly opposite. It is a tumor of adrenal cortical cells. What is the meaning of the tumor? Tumor means there is an unlimited proliferation of the particular cell. Here it is a tumor of the adrenal cortical cell. That means number of cortical cells will increase, automatically excess production of the corticoids. So exactly opposite here, high blood glucose level you can see. So high glucose level in the blood, because of the excess aldosterone, there is a very high sodium and low potassium level. That is why we need to understand those hormone functions well. The next one I am telling about the adrenal virilism. What is this adrenal virilism related to? Development of premature secondary sexual characters in female. As we know, these secondary sexual characters develop in female after puberty. But in this case, adrenal virilism, there is a before maturation only that secondary sexual characters will develop. That's because of excess production or secretion of androgens. That means in females, androgens actually responsible for the development of the secondary sexual characters in male. But in case of adrenal virilism, females start showing male-like secondary sexual characters. That's because excess production or excess secretion of androgens in female. So that is the case in case of adrenal virilism. These are some of the disorders of adrenal gland with respect to the cortex. Next, I am going to explain about the adrenal medulla. Now, I am going to explain about the adrenal medulla. As we know, adrenal cortex consists of outer cortex and inner medulla. So I already explained about the cortex and corticoid hormones. Now adrenal medulla. So these adrenal medulla contain cells called chromophene cells. Why they are called chromophene cells? These cells we can observe only by staining. That is why they are chromophene cells. These adrenal medulla produce epinephrine, or you can call it as a adrenaline, epinephrine and norepinephrine, or noradrenaline hormones. Two hormones produces this adrenal medulla include epinephrine and norepinephrine, or adrenaline or noradrenaline, under the influence of, this point important, under the influence of sympathetic neurons. This point important. That means the function of adrenal medulla is controlled by the ANS, autonomic nervous system. That is as we know, autonomic nervous system consists of sympathetic neurons and parasympathetic neurons. So these parasympathetic neurons stimulates the adrenal medulla. Then when the adrenal medulla stimulated, results the formation of two hormones, that is epinephrine and norepinephrine. These hormones, synergic affection only, these hormones are synthesized from amino acid tyrosine. So these tyrosine. This point also important. Okay. Epinephrine and norepinephrine are amino acid derived hormones synthesizing from amino acid tyrosine. Okay. Chemically, these hormones belongs to catecholamines. This point. Chemically, these hormones are called as a catecholamines. Next point is that, so these hormones, when they produce, depending on the situation in which they produce, these epinephrine and norepinephrine together called emergency hormones. Emergency hormone, because in that emergency situation only these hormones will produce, or fight or flight hormones. This point also important for the exam, NEET exam. So epinephrine and norepinephrine called as the emergency hormones or fight or flight hormones. In these situations only sympathetic neurons will stimulate. These sympathetic neurons stimulate the adrenal medulla to release the catecholamic hormones. Once these hormones produce, what they will do? That is called biological effects. Biological effects of these catecholamic hormone, catecholamines or epinephrine and norepinephrine. First I am telling effect on carbohydrate metabolism. Effect on carbohydrate metabolism. Simple. When these hormones responsible for hyperglycemia. As we know, what is hyperglycemia? Increase in the blood glucose level. What is the main reason for increasing the blood glucose level? That is glycogenolysis, breakdown of glycogen into glucose. In which tissue? That is in the liver. So definitely hyperglycemic major reason is a breakdown of glycogen. Just follow me. The next one is that, so when this blood glucose level is increased, that glucose is supplied to the brain muscles now. So these muscles and brain utilizes the glucose, produces energy. Utilize in this condition, emergency situation, whether the person want to run. When the person want to run, his muscles need the more energy. That energy is coming from the glucose. So blood glucose level should increase in these conditions. Or when I want to fight with somebody, so I need energy. Or when I want to go away from the enemy, I need energy. That energy is coming from the glucose. So in this condition, blood glucose level should increase. The next one is that effect on protein metabolism. Same thing. If you observe the situation, these hormones show catabolic effect. Catabolic effect on proteins. That means what? That's simply proteolysis. Protein breakdown. When the protein breakdown, automatically what happening? Amino acid. Those amino acid used in the energy production. That energy is required by the person in that situation. So one thing is a common you are following. Effect on lipid metabolism. Effect on lipid metabolism. Simple one. It increases, these hormones increases lipolysis, breakdown of lipids. Automatically when the lipids break down, fatty acids will synthesize. Those fatty acids are used for the energy production. That energy is required in this condition. So overall very simple. In this condition, person requires energy either to fight with enemy or go away from the enemy, run away from the enemy. Whether it fight or go away, run away, the person requires energy. Energy is required to get the energy. That breakdown of glycogen, breakdown of the proteins, breakdown of the lipids. Overall, with this information, this epinephrine and norepinephrine belongs to what it called as a catabolic hormone or anabolic hormone? Definitely catabolic hormone. Because it increases the breakdown of glycogen, increases the breakdown of proteins, increases the breakdown of lipids. The next one is that effect on physiological function. Physiological function. Now what is the doing? How the sympathetic neurons influencing the adrenal medulla? Increases sweating. Yes or no? When the person start running, automatically sweating will increase. Next one, increases body temperature. Yes or no? The next one is that when a person faces the dangerous enemy, just like when a person faces the tiger or when the person faces the lion, automatically that body temperature, when he runs, automatically body temperature increases, start sweating, automatically increases heartbeat and heart rate also will increase. The next one is that piloerection. Piloerection means what? That is that hair become like this. So piloerection. These are the some of the effects on physiological functions with regarding the epinephrine and norepinephrine. So these are the some information about the adrenal medulla. Definitely these points, emergency hormone, which hormones are emergency or fight or flight hormones. Otherwise, from which amino acid these hormones are synthesizing. Whether these hormones are belongs to catabolic hormone or anabolic hormone. Absolutely these are required for the NEET exam. So till now, if you understand the concept well, you can like and share this video to your friends and subscribe our channel. So definitely this video is helpful both academics, definitely for the NEET exam. So please subscribe our channel. If you have any doubts regarding the chapter, comment below. Definitely I will help you. Thank you.